Hey everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. One of the coaches at Unger Academy here, and this is our usual chat about the market trends that we have on the weekend, about the previous week. Before we start though, as always, I remind you to please subscribe to our channel, click on the notification bell, and leave us a like to this video. We really do appreciate that. Thank you. Hi, we are the Unger Academy, and we teach traders how to make money in the markets. Our founder, Andrea Unger, had been struggling with trading for years until he developed his automated trading method, which he used to become the only 4-time world trading champion. Subscribe to our channel for free tips and tricks. Okay, so how did the markets perform this week? Well, first of all, we do see some green signs. We haven't seen those signs in quite a while. And I'd point out that we've even seen 2 consecutive days of gains of over 3% each this week, which is certainly worth noting. Over the last 2 or 3 days, the market has declined to some extent, but in spite of that, 5-day returns on the stock indexes are still positive. You see, Nasdaq is up 2.75%, mini S&P is up 3.1%, Euro Stocks is up 2.2%. The DAX is up 1.9%. Volatility, historical volatility, obviously remains pretty high in these markets, both in the short and the long term. Of course, it also depends on these fluctuation ranges, these daily fluctuations, which are larger than the average. But for now, let's just turn to the bond market. And also this week, we can only see negative 5-day returns for these markets. This sector is clearly going through a strong downtrend, and we don't see any positive returns at either 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, or even a year. So the trend in the bonds market is definitely bearish. Of course, this is largely due to the policy on interest rates that's being pursued by the Fed. Mainly by the Fed, but also by all the other central banks in tow. So for the time being, this market remains very weak, and there's no signs of a reversal in this bearish trend. On the other hand, the energy markets perform very well with sky-high returns, particularly on heating oil, with approximately 23% this week. A good week for crude oil too, with a positive 12%, and we also see a positive 13% for gasoline. Fortunately, however, the price of natural gas remained essentially unchanged from last week. Positive 5-day returns for the metals as well. As you know, the metals market hasn't been one of the strongest markets since the beginning of this year. But, however, they are performing quite well this week. Look at that, a gain of positive 7.5% for silver and a nice 8.66% for platinum. On the other hand, there isn't too much to report on the meat market, except for a 2.7% gain in lean hogs. As for the soft commodities market, it's showing some mixed returns. Sugar is on a strong uptrend with a positive 4% gain, while on the other hand, we see some negative returns for cotton, which is currently close to its recent lows. Turning to the grains market, we see a nice rise in bean oil, which rose by 7% this week. As for all the other commodities in the grains market, they've been pretty weak. Wheat, for example, is down negative 3.5%. Anyway, on to currencies. The strength of the US dollar continues. Let's take a look at the euro-dollar exchange rate. We're at 0.9810 right now, a little lower than last week, a negative 0.5%. Overall, apart from the Canadian dollar, we can say that the US dollar is still going strong against all other currencies. And finally, let's go and take a look at Bitcoin, which, it's virtually unchanged this week, a positive 0.92%, and still at the support level that it has held for the last 3 months. Let's take a look at the term structure of implied volatility. Here, as you can see, not much has changed since last week. The term structure is currently in a compression phase. We can't say that it's in contango, but at the same time, we can't either say that it's in backwardation. The values of the volatility indexes with different maturities have more or less the same value. As for the VIX, the values are medium-high compared to the range of the last 3 months. Nevertheless, it seems that at the moment the term structure doesn't show any signs of excessive concern from traders. Onto the rollover schedule. As you can see, we have very little to do next week. The only rollover is for the VIX futures, and it's scheduled on October 12th. Okay. Well, guys, finally, if you are interested in systematic trading, we have some very interesting resources for you. If you click on the link in the description of this video, you can access a free presentation by Andrea Unger the only 4-time world champion in real money trading, who will introduce you to his trading method. Clicking on that link, you can also book a free strategic consultation with one of our tutors, or get our best-selling book, The Unger Method, by covering only the shipping costs. So please, do yourselves a favor, take advantage of it. And that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like. Go and subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell. And that is it. We wish you a very fantastic weekend. A very fantastic weekend. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.